Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Walkthrough Wednesday. Now, today it's going to be a little bit different. I asked you guys on Patreon and I asked you guys in the Discord chat, and I got some really good responses for topics to cover. But this one was the best one for me. I think this is a very different thing because I'm not going to show you real production techniques here. My dude Kanan asks, not sure if it's something you can nail to a process, but maybe like different ways you personally get inspired, techniques you've used, or ways that you've used to make tracks, I guess, when you're stuck creatively. So I remember doing videos like this in the past, but since then I've learned a lot and grown a lot. So I think it's important to show you what I'm doing now, because even just recently I've struggled with creativity and stuff, and especially during quarantine and stuff. I've just lost a lot of inspiration. I should have been in Thailand right now playing the show, and the fact I'm not playing it does kill my creativity, because I like to play shows, test stuff out. I can learn which tracks really work in which parts of the world and stuff, and I can adapt my sound to that. So the fact I'm at home, I'm just kind of making anything and just guessing right now. So the first thing that I do is I'll go back to an old track and make a version 2 of that track. For example, if I'm really stuck in the studio and I have no idea what to do, I'll go back to my most successful tracks, so the ones that got played the most by DJs, the ones released on the biggest labels, you know, the ones that work well in my own sets, the ones that give me the most energy and the most fun playing. And I'll remake that song and make a version 2. So, for example, Tsunami was the first kind of track in that style, but then Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike came in and made, I think it was Stampede, which, if you listen to the two tracks, exactly the same sounds, exactly the same vibe, but it's just a version 2 of that song, because that's what people want. When you've got a successful track, people want to hear the same kind of sounds again, and that's where your signature sound can come from. So for example, Kanan, he's released a remix on Revealed recently. I also remixed the track as well, and their remix, I think it was with Stefan Boz, their remix was sick, man, really good. So if you're ever struggling for creativity, what I would suggest is to open that project again, make your own original breakdown, and make a drop in the same style. Keep the same vibe that you had in the remix, but maybe change the key, add some different sounds in there, and then you've got a really solid track, because everybody loved the track on Revealed. The remix did really well. I like it more than my own, actually. But if you make an original out of that, you can now send that to Revealed or other labels, and it's going to be top quality because it's been released on one of the top labels. So pick your best song, whether it got 1,000 plays on SoundCloud, whether it got 1 million on Spotify, remake that song, because you know it's worked before. So when you're remaking a song, it's not as much work, you know. You can quickly get in there, change some stuff, maybe you're extra inspired nowadays, and there you can nail another track, basically. Another thing that I like to do is with sample packs. As you can see, I've got something in the project here right now, and what it is a piano loop. Listening to this piano loop gives me so much inspiration. You might be listening thinking, yeah, this is like a future house thing, this is not your style. But that's right, but you don't have to lock yourself to a certain sound and a certain aspect. I like to keep the big room energy, but I do like melodic, like emotional chords, right? That's what I like to do in some of my tracks.